Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a blessed Sunday. And in the news this morning, KPH A&E department closed due to chemical fumes. The Accident and Emergency Department at the Kingston Public Hospital has been temporarily closed due to the leak of fumes through air conditioning vents. The A&E services have been relocated to other sections of the hospital. In an interview with the news, Dr. Natalie Wiley, Senior Medical Officer at the KPH, said that the chemical leak into the A&E department was detected Friday evening. Dr. Wiley said, in keeping with the hospital's disaster plan, operations were seamlessly relocated. Non-emergency cases are being diverted to other health facilities, she said. The news was informed that the police were on location assisting with this process.
So I can confirm that there would have been the ingress of chemical fumes through the air conditioning venting system, which affected the Accident and Emergency Department of the Kingston Public Hospital late yesterday evening. As a result of that, a decision was made in the interest of the safety of the patients and the staff to relocate the services to an adjacent area, which is in the outpatient South Clinic. So there has been no disruption to the services of the hospital. This morning, as you can imagine, the Regional Director, Lascelles Brown, has directed that an investigation be initiated, and so that has commenced.
Standoff over public passenger operators' use of Young Street property in Spanish Town. The police in Spanish Town have moved decisively to bar bus and taxi operators from parking on a property housing a shopping center and a gas station along Young Street. This has been done on Friday despite the fact that the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation and the property owner, Rohan Barrett, had given permission for the use of the property. The Municipal Corporation and Mr. Barrett had entered a formal agreement to accommodate public passenger vehicle operators on the property where they would load and offload passengers. The corporation even installed public notices on the premises advising the public that the area was an authorized bus and taxi stand. But the police removed the public notices, saying they had not been consulted by the municipal corporation and that the loading and offloading of passengers on the property had contributed to at least 10 murders in 2024 due to its proximity to two bordering crime hotspots. Mr. Barrett, in an interview with the news, explained that he has had a dialogue with the police, but they have refused to acknowledge the validity of the notice. He claimed that the gas station operating on the premises has also approved the activities of the PPV operators. The property owner is crying foul as he believes he is being mistreated.
The police called me to say they did not have a meeting with the parish council, and as a result of that, the bus and taxi cannot park in the place. I comply with them and said, yes, I agree with you. If the parish council is supposed to have a meeting with you, then they're supposed to have a meeting with you. Only to find out that the following day, the police came and they removed all my sign from my property. I have a signed agreement, which was signed by the chairman of the municipal corporation to say that I can operate it. So if the parish council did not reach out to the police or the relevant authority, they can't blame me. What they should do is call me and have a meeting with me and ask me to not operate until it's sorted out. And I would be more than happy to cooperate. Most of the tenants in my business move out. And even when the bus and taxi come into the premises to buy gas, they get record and tell them, say, boy, they are not to enter my premises. Before I bought that gas station, they were killing inside the gas station. And when I bought that gas station and I employ a lot, I put measures into place. I get a lot of security guard. And since I get that gas station, not one murder has been committed in the gas station. And even after they stopped the taxi from parking there, at least 3 murders took place. It must be something that they are not doing. I think they're abusing me. I am losing money.
But Deputy Superintendent Commander Toms, commanding officer for the St. Catherine North Police, maintains that extortion by criminal elements remains a major concern for the police. He again questioned the validity of the notices, even as the municipal corporation confirmed with the news that it had authorized them. He stressed that until the Ministries of Transport and the National Security, as well as the municipal corporation, confirm in writing that the actions of the property owner and the PPV operators are permitted, then the police will maintain their position.
We so far have not been given anything in writing or notification as to the authenticity of that notice. We know the era, and we know that it is one that can erupt within a minute notice. As a result of that, we continue to embark on operations to rid the town of the illegal taxis and buses operating within the gas station. And our biggest concern really is the extortion that it attracts. It's an era, or a borderline, so to speak, where the clans and the gang operates. And whenever one tends to navigate its way better than the other, it ends up and result in deaths. So we know the capacity or the capabilities of that era becoming a transportation hub.
Spanish Town Mayor and the chairman of the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation, Norman Scott, told the news that a meeting will be held next week with all stakeholders to arrive at a resolution. Consumers are warned against purchasing medications via social media. Assistant Commissioner Dr. Anthony McLaughlin, commanding officer for the JCF's Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch, is warning Jamaicans against purchasing drugs being advertised on social media and outside the legitimate channels such as registered dispensaries, while acknowledging that the high price of medication is an important consideration. ACP McLaughlin, speaking Friday with the news, cautioned that when you cannot verify the source and the price is too cheap to be true, then that should send a red flag. He conceded that it is often difficult for the authorities to crack down on those peddling these drugs illegally, explaining that when we see them on Instagram, by the time we try to even carry out the investigation, those pages have been taken down.
Sometimes when we look at the prices, I know that medication are very expensive, but when you cannot verify the source and the price is too cheap to be true, then that should send a red flag. And when we see them on Instagram, by the time we try to even carry out the investigation, those pages are taken down.
Dr. Ernestine Watson, chair of the Pharmacy Council of Jamaica, also speaking with the news, warned that patients have died after consuming a contaminated drug. She said the illicit trade in drugs increases the risk of false medications entering the health system. She cited examples of persons taking contaminated blood thinners, which led to their death.
To give examples, patients were having to take blood thinners, those were contaminated, so of course that led to death in a number of patients. Having illicit trade in drugs, pharmaceuticals per se, it increases the risk for counterfeit or false medications or substandard medications to enter into the system and therefore cause serious damage.
Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.